I think that it should be legal in part because it doesn't harm anybody, and I think that it should be legal to do anything, in your home or anywhere else, as long as you're not harming somebody else. So, and I think that's probably the best reason. But there are also good arguments, in terms of black markets, where if there's a demand for a good, somebody's always going to step in and supply it. And when things are illegal, things like marijuana that are highly demanded, among certain groups of people, are highly demanded. Somebody's always going to step in and do that. And right now, it's drug cartels, from Mexico and stuff like that. And in Mexico, I mean, there's an incredible amount of violence in Mexico, and an incredible amount of violent crimes. And there are violent crimes here in the United States due to it. The price is higher because it's illegal, and people it's not necessarily marijuana, I suppose, but people will commit violence in terms of gang violence and things like that, or people will commit violence to obtain drugs. This I guess probably would go beyond marijuana, but especially for harder drugs. But it's probably true for marijuana too. People will commit violence to get the money to attain drugs. They'll rob a store or something like that, or there will be violence in terms of drug dealers feuding with one another, or just the general safety hazard it can be in terms of if you're just a middle class working person. If you want to go get marijuana, instead of being able to go to the store and get it, you have to go to a drug dealer who's already tends to be an unsavory person. It's an unsafe encounter. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know if it's laced with something. Punishment also disproportionately falls on the shoulders of minorities, where if you're an African American man is no more likely to use marijuana than a white man, but is way more likely to get stopped, to be thrown in prison for it, or even to be stopped and frisked in New York City or something like that. So I mean, it's blatantly racist. It's expensive. It's dangerous to have it illegal for the people who are involved. Some sort of medical patients.
It came to the point where they were sending me to the hospital because I was off the marijuana. I was on 15 different medications, chemical medications, which I'm on now, which have numerous side effects that are really unbearable. The marijuana had helped me so that I was able to eliminate a lot of these medications, and I wasn't having to take 15 medications a day if I used the medical marijuana. It came to the point that they were taking me to the hospital so many times that the director of the drug rehabilitation center called my probation officer. She said, "Listen, we're not a hospital here. You can't help you cannot help this woman. She's sick, she's ill. There's nothing we can do for her here." They treated me like a criminal.
Probably a large part of it is just kind of a tradition, a general unwillingness to budge on things like this.
We're not going to have an economy for people to work in. And if we do, if it is legalized, I doubt it would really work. There'd be lazy, demotivated, drugged up people. They'd fail all their drug tests if their employers do the right thing and make sure that they cannot do it on the work side.
A lot of the people who are in power have grown up their entire lives or have their entire careers based on just say no and things like that. And so it's seriously, marijuana is seriously stigmatized.
Do you want your doctor smoking marijuana? Do you want the crane operator coming in a little bit high that day? I don't think they should be. So I don't think it should be legal.
And even companies, pharmaceutical companies might have some sort of an incentive to lobby against, or to lobby for marijuana to stay prohibited if they produce the sort of drugs that would marijuana could rival in terms of treating cancer patients or something like that. So I think it's a lot of just internal pressure, and it's a lot of people just holding on to this stigma.